Hey guys, how you doing? This is Parker. My partner in crime is on a bike race somewhere in the Midwest. I can't remember which place it is. So today it's just the Wasatch guy, but our next video I'll have him back. Anyways, today I really just want to dive in, cut to the chase, and talk to you guys specifically about product research. Over the course of the past month or two, I've really been focusing my Amazon FBA on helping people and doing kind of like consulting work here and there. And it's opened my eyes to what so many people are seeing and in really the problems with product research. And so I really feel like I can add a lot of value in this video because I've, worked with 20 something people now, and I know kind of what they see, and I can explain to you all why that is not the route you want to go. And so I'm just gonna jump right in. But you guys, your first product, you are gonna need, like, let's just be honest here. You have to have money, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you're gonna need, if you want to do it very, very, very conservatively, you'll need $2,000. If you really want to go all in, let's say $3,000, anywhere between that range, because you guys, you have to pay for the products. Okay, you have to pay for a lot of product, because if you do all of these steps, as Spencer and I start releasing these videos, you're going to realize you're going to start selling a ton of units, and then your biggest problem, which was my problem, is you stock out. And when you stock out, you lose a little bit of ranking, and so you have to come back in, and it's harder for you to get those sales back. So you want to order a lot of units, and then after you pay for all of those, you have to pay for shipping. And a lot of people, this is going to come more on another video, but they think, oh, I'm just going to use the manufacturer and they're going to ship it. No, don't do that. I have an incredible freight forwarder. They are the best. And if you really need them now, comment below on the video. You guys don't forget to subscribe. We're doing the same thing, product research, or one step of the FBA process that you need help with. Spencer and I will assist you. So only if you subscribe, like, and comment on the video. Follow us on social media, Wasatch Guides. Okay, so you have to pay for the product, the shipping, and then you also have product photography, right? Your pictures for your listings, if they are not the next step, if they are not 100% the best of the best, you guys are going to have a hard time beating out your competitors. And so, again, I have an incredible photographer that I use for all of mine that I've recommended to so many and does an incredible job. If you need a reference, come to me. I'd be more than happy to help you out. Comment below the video, subscribe, do all those things that I said before, and I'll help you. So there's a lot of different things that you need to pay for in order to really get your first product pushed out, so that $2,000 to $3,000 range. And your first product is really your break even and learn the ins and outs of Amazon FBA. Because yes, Spencer and I are going to do everything that we can to help it so you guys don't fail. But along the way, you might hit a speed bump. You might have a little bit of trouble with something. And your first product is going to be the product that really teaches you how to overcome your mistakes and trials without losing money. Does that make sense? And so this is your break even, and perhaps maybe even make a little bit of money off of. But I think everyone that does FBA needs to have a realistic mindset. Because I have worked with a lot of people that are like, I'm going to make $15,000. I'm going to make $25,000 my first month and I'm just kind of like, but you're not. A, because you don't have enough units to do it. So I don't even know where they're getting that in the first place. And B, because you're learning. It's going to take a little bit. You have to, even understanding Amazon Seller Central takes time. There's so many buttons, there's so much data. There are things that really take time, but once you do get it nailed down, maybe your next shipment that comes in for your first product, you start making a lot of money. Maybe your second product that you order is the one that makes you $25,000 a month. but just have that understanding so that you don't disappoint yourself. And that's not to be a pessimistic. I'm the most optimistic person you guys will ever meet. Like, I am all about FBA. I want to make millions and millions of dollars. And I think you can. I know you can. I know people that do it. But the point is that you need to have a realistic vision as you go forward, because you will be disappointed within the first few weeks of you launching and you're not making, $10,000 already. It's just not real. And so first, money, $2,000 to $3,000. Okay. Second, this is your break-even product. Okay. Be realistic about it. Now let's kind of dive into a little bit more of the details. Your very first product. Okay. And I always recommend to people, you want to be within selling online within that $15 to $25 range. Okay. And I'm going to explain why. And I'm going to explain why in a different way that other people may not explain it. That $15 to $25 range, when you start talking to suppliers, that correlates to them with when you buy a product for them, it's obviously crazy cheap. But when you're in that $15 to $25 range, that means that a supplier can usually sell you a product for about, 1.5 to 3.5. And so as a beginner, think about this, just kind of bear with me for a second. As a beginner, if you have a manufacturing cost per unit of 1.5 and you have a $2,500 budget, you could potentially buy 1,000 units for $1,500 to $2,000, right? Do you see where I'm getting with this? So now you have 1,000 units in your inventory rather than trying to go with a $50 product and only being able to buy 100 to start, right? Does that make sense? You want to have a lot of units to start, okay? Because this gives you more practice. This allows you to make more money. And this allows you to really understand the ins and outs of Amazon and be able to make a few mistakes here and there. So that $15 to $25 range, when you discuss with the manufacturers, that's reason number one. The price point you buy from manufacturers. It's extremely cheap. And on our next video, we will teach you how to negotiate with suppliers and get the best price possible. But just remember that, okay? Second off, that $15 to $25 range, it also accounts for FBA fees. So Amazon, like I mentioned in our first video, Amazon will pay for your shipping, they'll pay for your packaging and do all of these, returns. And I mean, it's just insane. Your warehousing needs, I love it. Amazon FBA is incredible because they take care of everything for you. But in return, they obviously charge you a small fee. Okay, and so if you're selling a $15 product, and your FBA fee is $5 and your manufacturing cost was $2 and your shipping cost was, maybe $1.50, you're looking at, what was that, $8.50? And then you subtract that from your $15. Wow, I've got to do a lot of math on the spot. So $6.50 is what you profit. Okay, and so that's a pretty decent profit. I usually recommend anywhere from 40 to 60%, and so that does fall in that 40% category. If I did my math correctly, if you guys want to give me some constructive feedback in the comments and say, no, you did your math wrong, Parker, go ahead. I won't be mad. And so this $15 to $25 range is really the sweet spot until you as an FBA seller really understand, and then you can start to sell higher prices. But start low, guys, right? You want as little of risk as possible when you start, because $2,500 or $2,000 to $3,000, it's still a lot of money, and you don't want to see it go down the drain. You do not. And so just bear with me. Trust me. Trust the process. Thanks, Joel. And stay within that $2,000 to $3,000 budget, $15 to $25 price point, so that you can work with the manufacturers, work with Amazon fees, and work with shipping prices. Okay. Secondly, or third. This is third. Y'all need to understand, when you use these software, I work with so many people that are like, Parker, holy cow, look at look at this revenue. It's insane. You know, this guy's doing 100,000, your next guy's doing 80,000, 50, 40, 10, whatever it is, right? You guys, I think we need to understand what revenue is, right? Revenue is the amount of money you generate by selling a product, right? It has nothing to do with your expenses at the time. Okay, you need to understand the difference between revenue and net income or net profit, right? Net profit is how much you make after paying off all expenses, okay? And so people do not get tricked by the software telling you, oh my gosh, all these guys are making so much money. Because what if they are, let's say they're selling a product for 30 bucks and it took them $10 from a manufacturer, so now you're down to 20, excuse me, and it took them another, $5 or whatever for shipping, and this is per unit, of course. And so now you're down to 15. And then what if their Amazon FBA fees were like 10 bucks? Right now you're down to a $5 profit off a $30 product. So these people that are making those crazy revenue, well, it's because they sell $30 products, right? But you don't know their net, right? You have to know the net. And so before you guys even think about buying a product from your manufacturer, you need to learn how to calculate FBA fees. You need to learn, how to negotiate with suppliers, how to figure out shipping costs, how to figure out PPC costs, because these are all going to be a part of how much you really end up making in Amazon FBA. Now, I also want to discuss reviews for a second. So many people get caught up and they're like, they're doing their software product research and they say, oh, Parker, I can't compete in this one. This guy has 250 reviews or 450 or 185, whatever it is, right? You guys, Amazon's algorithm doesn't rank you by reviews. This is a huge misconception. So everybody that is watching this video, pull out your piece of paper and pen and do the, if you guys see like the Bart Simpson where he writes on the chalkboard, write down reviews do not correlate on Amazon's algorithm to rank you. Something like that you'll remember that. Here is what ranks you. Your sales. So you need to have good sales velocity within those 4, maybe even 5 days of launching in order for Amazon to rank you onto the number 1 page. Obviously, we'll go over that in later videos, but don't be overly concerned with the review count. Be concerned with how much you can sell. I'm going to back up a little bit. Obviously, reviews help you sell. That's a given. Why? Reviews are social proof. It's showing that people around the world like your product or don't like it. It could go either way. If you have a crappy product, people are going to 1-star, 2-star, 3-star you, and you can kiss your sales goodbye at that point. So it could be a blessing and a curse, right? But it's very critical that you always maintain over a 4-star review count, or else you are going to jeopardize your sales. Anyways, that's going to be in another video. Sales velocity. Worry about the monthly sales. How many can you sell a month? That is what we need to know. What is your net income, not revenue? And then lastly, I do want to take a little step back for a second. Reviews are important. And I wouldn't say go after a niche or niche, however you like to say it, that has 500 to 1,000 views on every single one of them, right? But if you see some in double digits that are within the first 10 organic, you guys, you're in. Go for it. You can do it. I have no doubt about it because you're going to be the 1% after all of these videos, after all of these trainings, after our help. I know it. And I know it because I've seen it work for so many others. And so let's start from the beginning. $15 to $25 price range for your first product. Break-even product. What else did we have? $2,000 to $3,000 that you're spending all in on this on this first product of yours. We talked about revenue vs net income. We talked about reviews. We talked about monthly sales, right? Let me hit on monthly sales just a little bit more. And I apologize, I'm all over the place. This is just my first take on this video. I'm not going to do another one. I want to be extremely candid and just speak my mind. I don't want to look like this is staged. And so monthly sales, you want to look at like the first page and see on average what they're doing, because that's going to give you a good idea of how many you can be selling a month once you get on the first page. And this is the other thing that I just got reminded of. And this is actually probably one of the most important things. So when you do product research and you do a keyword search, and we're going to discuss a little bit of that later, and you do a keyword search, let's say that you get to I'm just going to make something up. Let's go with like iPhone charger, okay? And let's say that on the iPhone charger page, each of the first 20 on the first page are doing, I don't know, like $75,000 a month or more, I would assume. And you guys have to take a step back for a second. That $75,000 is not coming from only that page, right? And this is a major. When I started, I didn't know this. And so I want to deliver this information to you. That $75,000 revenue that it shows you on these software is pulling from all different pages, right? Because it could be done on iPhone accessory, but it could also be gray and black striped iPhone accessory. It could be black phone cord. Anyways, all of these different keywords, this single product could be ranked on. And so don't be fooled. Don't have this expectation where you sit there and you say, oh, I can get to page 1 on this and I'll be making $75,000 a month. No, that's not real, right? That's why we need PPC. That's why we need Amazon's advertising. Excuse me. And so you guys should take a look around and see, what other pages are these things ranking on? What other keywords could I rank this for? Because sometimes you'll find products that have like not a lot of other keywords that it can rank for, like a pH meter. I helped someone out with this the other week, and there really isn't a whole lot of other words a pH meter can like fall under. To be honest, I didn't even know what a pH meter was. That's how young, and I'm from the city, so I didn't even know, which is embarrassing, but I'm here to admit it. And so that's the thing, you guys. You need to think, are there a ton of other words that can rank for this product? And if there is, that's golden, right? You want that. You want that because you have a high possibility of making sales in so many different places. The other thing that I wanted to discuss as it pertains to product research, there's so much that you can discuss, but here's a hidden one that I wish somebody would have told me when I started. So my very first product, I'm not going to disclose it or anything like that. But I bought a UPC code, and uploaded it, put a title on, did everything that I was supposed to do. And a few days later, I got a message from Amazon, and they were like, "Oh, your product is violating FBA, regulations, terms and services." And I was like, "What? What does that even mean?" And so, I got on the phone with them, and they were like, "You're not approved for this." And so I was like, "Yes, I am." I honestly was a little arrogant. But after that, I called my manufacturer up and I said, I need all the documentation to show that this is a legal to Amazon terms and services type of product. So they gave me all the information. Now, you guys, this is critical in order to prevent any mishaps down the road, because you and Amazon want to be best friends. If you get on their bad side, you can get in a lot of trouble and lose a lot of money. So I called Amazon back up and I said, I am sending over all of the information, it was FDA approved, over to you, and then I'm going to create a listing. so do not suspend this one. Ever since then, it's been perfect. I've never had a problem. So you guys, when you go out and search for product, ensure that, and you talk to suppliers, ensure that the product is approved in whatever category it needs to be. Another thing, and I know this is kind of all over the place. I hope you guys are taking notes, and I'm trying to do this in a quicker manner so that you can rewatch it and go take notes again and again. Google Trends. You need to understand Google Trends. Google Trends is going to be one of your best friends, right? You want a product that is continuously searched for throughout the year, right? If we're in August, you don't want to hit a product that does, we're in June now. That's right. I don't know. We're in June. If we're in June and you type in, let's say it's outside house light decoration. I don't know. And it shows a spike in, during like Halloween time or Christmas time, right? You don't want to sell that product, right? Unless you're truly invested in doing seasonal products as your FBA business, you want to do products that are going to sell continuously even throughout the rest of the year, throughout the entire year, right? Because that's just going to generate sales continuously. And so, go onto Google, type in Google Trends, type in your product, type in different keywords for the product. Because, you could do a product like, like sharp red scissors. Like that could be your keyword that you want to rank for on Amazon. But then you go into Google Trends and type in sharp red scissors, and the trends are low. But then you type in scissors and the trends are high. So it's still a good product, you guys, because remember, PPC. And you'll still, after a while, you're going to get ranked. It's going to be okay. But you need to understand that there are different words that Google Trends understands. And so use Google Trends to your advantage. Look up how much it's selling a month or how much it's being searched a month. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I left out. Let me just kind of overview what we've gone over already, and then if something else comes to mind, I'll I have to do another thing afterwards. But so your first thing, $15 to $25, and I know you guys are going to get sick of me because I keep saying the same things, but this is important information that I need to just get into your head so that when the time comes, you're ready. $15 to $25. Okay, you're going to be spending $2,000 to $3,000 if you want to do this right. $2,000 to $3,000. Okay, the difference between revenue and net income, monthly sales, reviews, figuring out landed costs, which is a part of net income, different keywords that your product can rank for. Okay. What else did I discuss? I think that's pretty good. And so you guys, I just take your time on this. Open up an Excel sheet. Lay out everything. Lay out what's the average price it's selling on Amazon. What are suppliers going to charge me for? What is shipping going to charge me? What is FBA fees going to charge me? What's my profit? What is my margin? Do this for five or so products and then choose the product that does the best. It's as simple as that. But a lot of people just, oh wow, that one has high revenue. Let's go with that. No, don't do that. You will fail. You will fail. When you do product research, and I apologize, I just remembered another thing. When you do product research, guys, and you're doing that, $15 to $25 range, and for your review count on average, you typically want to do between like 15 to 115, and you guys swap it up. Maybe you want to do 35 to 135. Maybe you want to do 82 to 178, right? Like, just play around with it, you guys, because everyone around us is searching things differently, which brings in new products. So don't do exactly what I'm telling you to do, but I'm just trying to help you get the gist of it. And then your monthly revenue, you guys, stay between, for your first product, stay between that like 7,150, kind of an odd number, to 12,565, and again, play around with that. This product research is so fun. Make it fun. And then, you do your search, and I want you guys to just scroll. Okay, have a new tab open, and anything that excites you, anything that looks interesting, anything that makes you stop and say, I don't know what that is. I've never heard of that before. Command, click, open it up in a new tab. Okay, do that for about 10 to 15 products. Hopefully your computer doesn't slow down too much. And then, this is where it gets fun. Then you run the market intelligence. Okay, Jungle Scout and Viral Launch both have it. You run the market intelligence, and you review it, everything that I've talked about, and you just start doing cross elimination for all of the different tabs until you have 3 to 5. Take those 3 to 5, put them in that Excel sheet that I talked about, contact those manufacturers, get a price back, contact a freight forwarder, get the price back, check FBA fees, get that price, and you will have a very good idea of your margin before your purchase. So, you guys, I know that this was a little bit all over the place, but I'm just trying to deliver all of the information that I can to you. We told you this isn't going to be sexy. We are going to be candid, straight to the point. If you guys need help, we are more than happy to help you. We are in the midst of doing something very, very, very cool for everyone. It's going to take us a little bit of time to accomplish, but in the meantime, we want to help you. And so the only way we can help you, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, send us a personal message. Please, please, please. And comment on this video, like it, share it with your friends. We want to help as many people as possible, as much as we possibly can. So, you guys are awesome. We're going to be producing more content here. Spencer's going to be getting back. We'll have the Wasatch guys here together soon. And we really look forward to discussing, shipping and manufacturing on the next video. So we'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care. Bye.